Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how to cut and sew a circle sleeve. Is this a circle sleeve or a balloon sleeve or a puff sleeve? I don't even know which one to call it, whether to call it a balloon sleeve or puff sleeve or circle sleeve. In fact, let me just call it circle puff sleeve. I think that's the best name to give this. Guys, let me know in the comment section what the name of this sleeve is, if it's a puff sleeve or a circle puff sleeve or a balloon sleeve. I don't know. Anyway, guys, in my previous video I recreated this tie front wrap crop top, but when I recreated it I didn't have enough fabric, so I just made a simple puff sleeve. But my subscribers have been requesting I make this circle puff sleeve. So here comes the sleeve. By the way, if you have not watched the video on how to make this skirt and the tie front wrap crop top, I'll be dropping the link in the description section. It's very simple, guys, very simple, and yet it's classy. Even if you're a beginner, you'll be able to sew this. Yeah, if this is your first time coming across my channel, remember to subscribe and turn on your notification bell icon so you can join part of this community. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are the main deal. Thank you for always supporting my video, dropping your comments, liking, sharing on your Facebook, you're saving it on your Pinterest, and even sharing this with your friends on your WhatsApp. I appreciate a whole lot. Please don't forget to engage in this one and like and share like always. So let's start with this tutorial. In my previous video I made the pattern drafting and the cutting and stitching for the crop top, and when I made that I didn't have enough fabric, so I didn't make the sleeve. But today I'm going to be making the sleeve pattern, so I will advise you, if you have not watched that video, go ahead and watch it to see how I made the wrap crop top. So today we're going to be, and in that video I used Ankara fabric to make the crop top. So this one I decided I'm going to be using crepe fabric to do is to show you the two ways they can fall, because some people will be asking how will it look like if you use another fabric that is not African fabric. So we are going to be cutting the sleeve block. Advise that whenever you're making your sleeve, take your measurement from the armhole curve, that way, because this is where we're inserting the sleeve, so it's always better to take the measurement from your armhole, from your pattern. So I will take the measurement from here. What I have is 8 inches. Remember, if you fold it into 2, it will be 16 inches. So when I'm cutting this, I'm going to cut it 8 inches, but that will be on fold. So first I'll be drafting a basic sleeve block. This is the center line and this is the sleeve length. So the sleeve length I'm using is 12 inches, as you can see. So I will come down from this line. I'm going to come down to get the sleeve head. I will come down by 5 inches and I'm going to square this line out. The 8 inches we got from the sleeve, I'll impute that here. I'll take that down to the sleeve length. Next, I'm going to draw a diagonal line here and check for the midpoint of this. This is what I have here is 9.5 inches. The midpoint will be 4.75, so I'll mark it here. So I'm going to draw the sleeve head. I'll come up this way and I will go down this way. So when I'm coming up, I will touch this line and now come up this way. I hope you understand this. If you're a beginner, this is basically how to cut your sleeve head. So you come up this way and go up that way. So we are going to shape the side. I'm going to be shaping it with 1.5 inches. I'll connect this line like this. So for this particular sleeve, I'm going to extend this line this way. So So from here to here, this 4 inches, I want to gather it. So let me mark this place. From here to here, I want to have a gathered, the sleeve has a gathered. So I'm going to increase, from here to here is 4 inches. So I'm going to increase that to 8 inches. That's double the size of what I have here, which is 8 inches. And I'm going to square that line out like this. So this sleeve head will continue this way. So I'm going to cut out, this will be my new line now instead of this one. Ahead and cut this line out. So we are going to cut this out on our, this will be for our lining piece. This is going to be having a lining. So I'm going to also trace this out again and get the main sleeve. I made a mistake. I want the main sleeve to, be longer than the lining with like 4 inches. Because the sleeve has fold, it needs about 4 inches so that when you fold it, you will see what I mean. I made a mistake here. So let me just add to this. I'm adding 4 inches to this. So now I have 2 patterns. This is for the lining and this is for the main fabric. Now note that the one for the lining is 12 inches, remember, and then the one for the main fabric is 16 inches. Can you see? So this is 4 inches longer than the lining. So I'll go ahead and measure from here to here, divide whatever I have from here to here, divide it into 4. So I'm going to divide them into 4 because we are going to do a slash and spread. Remember, this is a circle sleeve. I'll cut these lines open and slash it and spread it. I'm sure you must have known how to do a slash and spread method by now. So this is it after the slash and spread. I added 4 inches spread. I spread it out with 4 inches, as you can see. Yeah, so you can decide to spread more, but I just want it to be 4 inches. And you can also decide to trace this out on another pattern paper, but I just want to do this because of this tutorial. So you're going to cut 2 pieces. This is going to be for the main fabric and this is going to be for the lining piece. All you need to do is just add your sewing allowance all around and you're going to cut that out. So you will decide whether to use lining to cut out this lining or the same fabric for the lining. I'm going to use the same fabric for both the lining and the sleeve itself. I have gone ahead and cut it. I added 1/2 inch sewing allowance both on the hem and on also both the side and everywhere. I did the same thing to the lining. Remember, this is on fold. This, you have to cut this on fold. So my fabric is on fold like this. Can you see? The same thing to the lining piece. So to sew this, you're going to gather this. Remember to make the notch where you're going to stop the gathering. This place, you're going to gather it and stop somewhere here. You see, because we have the gather just only at the sleeve head. So I'm going to gather this lower part and sew it on this one. Right side facing together, you sew it together. So I'll do that and show you. This is it after sewing it. Can you see? I gathered it to the lining. So you go ahead and place this like this. And you're going to sew fabric to fabric and lining to lining. Once you're done, you turn it over. So as you can see, I have sewn it. So I'm going to bring this over like this. Can you see the lower part? So you're going to align it to this place. You're going to align it to this one and use the notch that you have made. So you're going to align it here to the notch you made earlier on. And then you are going to gather this place, just the sleeve head alone. Can you see, guys? So I will do that and show. So I will go ahead and also run a running stitch here. We'll go ahead and gather this using the notch we made earlier on. So after gathering it, this is how it's going to look. I'll go ahead and add this to the bodies. So this is the bodies. I've gone ahead and sewn in everything. Can you see? If you haven't watched this video, you need to go and watch it. It's so simple and it's detailed. So I'm going to add this to the armhole. Align this to the under armhole, and you're going to align it up there like that. Can you see what I'm doing? So after aligning it, turn it this way, and you're going to sew it. Align it here, you pin it here, and also pin it here, and then you go ahead and sew it round. This is it after sewing it. Can you see how full it is? If you want it fuller than this, you can also increase the slash and spread, but I think this is okay. So guys, I will advise you, if you're using Ankara, the lining should be a lighter fabric, not the same with African fabric. So we have come to the end of today's video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.